The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. Good morning, everyone, from the offices of Duke & Duke, 100 South Broad Street in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Oh, we've got a caller on the line, I believe. Daryl, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good morning. Happy Monday. How are you?
Thank you. What can I do for you, my friend?
So you've been right on about a lot of these calls recently. This S&P is back at your 28 level, 27, 28 level, and it feels like we're kind of at another crossroads. Either we fail here again, that big pattern you said was completed on Thursday, or we knife above it and take off. I'm just kind of curious what signs you'd look for today and tomorrow to tell you which direction we're going to go here, and what's your opinion, best case?
Well, when I saw the opening last night at up 200 points in the Dow Jones, I was thinking of an old quote Mark Douglas used to tell me, anything can happen, and it usually does. So evidently the tariff thing in China was a thing that did it. This is either the greatest selling opportunity or it's on its way up. I don't believe it's on its way up, and the reason for that is we've got so much resistance at this level. Now, the NASDAQ last night was the only index, the only index that did not take out those highs from Friday. And that's really important because that 79.10 level in the NASDAQ was the 78. But there was so little volume up there last night, Daryl. I was actually shocked that they could move the Dow Jones 200 points on such little volume. I mean, I was watching the trades and I was literally really surprised. So today's close will be very important, because if we do close above that 27.35 level in the S&P, that would be, I mean, you just can't be bearish anymore. But one of the things that I'm going to be doing on the show today is going over some of the charts that I'm looking at. And I did a lot of charts over the weekend of the major charts. And the first one I put up here was Google. I'm going to do some others, but they're all bearish. I can't find a major stock in here that is bearish, so that is bullish. So that's my opinion. I still have to remain bearish unless we get above 79.10 in the NASDAQ and above the 27.35 level in the S&P. That's what I have to look at it.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I hope that helps. Thanks for calling in, Daryl. I really appreciate it. Okay, folks, I'm going to run through a few of these charts to show you. The first one, of course, was Google. Another one that has been a really big one, of course, has been Boeing Airlines. Now, you'll notice here that these are all making bearish patterns, and most of them are in downtrends. They certainly are, one after another. I mean, and these are major ones. Look at NVIDIA here. This is another one here. And I wanted to just spend a second here on NVIDIA just to show you the fact that it made a 3-drive to a top pattern. You can see there during January, February, and March, and then that made that other top here back on May the 10th. That's 3 peaks in a domed house, folks, which is a pattern from George Lindsay, and that's a very important pattern. And that's the one that the guy from Seattle. Oh, I got to remember his name. Oh, we got a deficiency here in mental capacity right now. Anyway, and as you can see, we had a move down there. But all of these stocks that we're looking at, that I looked at, and these are the ones that are in the news. And even we have to include our good friend Apple. We'll bring this up and let you see Apple, because Apple has completed a massive Ed Carlson, thank you so much, Marshall. You're the leader of the pack. By the way, Marshall, the family has gathered around Kelly. I think we're near the time of his passing. God bless him, and 94 years old, one of the greatest human beings I've ever met in my life. And we got to send some white light out for Kelly Henry. One of the many of you guys that have been out to visit me in Tucson have met him, and we always take him to dinner because he's no, it's not sad at all, Marshall. He's had a fabulous life. I mean, he's just the only sad thing was he never had any kids. And but what a nice guy. And anyway, let's move on and talk about something fun because he's ready. Anyway, let's take a look at Caterpillar. Here's another one that has been, and this is in the news because of the tariff thing that that's going up. You'll see here that we've had lower tops in all of these. I mean, I went through so many of these stocks. I think I did close to 40 of them. And let's look at the big ones here. Look at Amazon. Even Amazon is in a bearish pattern. I mean, every single one of these. So we're either going to turn around here and run to the roses, or it's going to this is just going to be a one day Kerrigan or 1 day Corrigan on a rally up. But I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, because when you get a market that can gap up 200 points that's more than we gapped up during the election, folks. Back in November of 2016. So that's a pretty big move. Now, whether it continues going or not, I don't know, because during the election, of course, it really did. By the way, at our break here, we're going to have Tim Bost from Florida. He's a really good astrologer that's going to be on. And, oh, by the way, let's see if I can get this in here. I really wanted to post this. Okay, look at this. Look at this post here that we had from Norm Winsky on Friday. Remember, we had him on, and he talked about the May 18th after the close. That's what that AC means. And he said this is a major change in trend for the U.S. with very positive tone for U.S. prestige, power, and the presidency. This would be a good date for presidential summit. Watch for major trained in trend stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar, and possible crude oil. And that's what we're looking at here, folks. We've had one heck of a room. Now, we did have Stan Harley on, and Stan was on a New York program yesterday morning from, of course, being from New York program, and he talked about the markets. And I wanted to talk to you about the chart that he posted for us when he was here just last week. And you noticed here that he was looking for a potential high coming here around the 18th. That's the 34-day Fibonacci cycle to the upside, and then he was going to be looking for a low around the in October around the 11th, if that is in fact the case. So we'll see if that's going to come to fruition or not. We'll have to be able to take a look at it. Now, the big thing that I think that happened overnight was the fact that the gold made another new low. We got down to 1281.70. We're trading a little bit higher than that right now. We're back above the price where we bought it, which was 1285. The silver didn't even come close to making a new low. You can see here that the difference between the silver and gold was, really quite dramatic. Silver only made a 61% retracement of the low on the 16th, where we made a 1.27 expansion, on the gold. So it's going to be interesting to see. But if we can get gold above 1,300, then we will see that we've got a pretty good bottoming action coming in. One other thing exciting happened last night from my perspective, and that is my beeper went off about 3 in the morning, and it only went off once, but I had it set for really loud, and it was for platinum. And platinum made that number I was looking at, which was 877. I don't know if it means much, but rallied from there. 877-927-6648.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary Power Law Vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Larry takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Okay, folks, I want to continue the theme here of some of these stocks. I posted the stock of Baidu, as you can see, after it made the big three-drive pattern in Baidu. It just had a really big sell-off here the last few days. And, of course, we've looked at Amazon, and it's very, very important. Now, one thing I wanted to mention, there's been a lot of, not a lot, but there's been a few people ask me about the difference between the 135 pattern, which is the pattern that was given to me by Roy Longstreet and his son Bill. And let me explain the difference between that and the three-drive pattern. If you'll notice here, this is the chart for, we'll just put it up here, this is Microsoft. You can see Microsoft making a three-drive to a top pattern. You can see that up here. I'll post this next, the Microsoft on the three-drive to the upside. But see the 135 pattern, you're buying a retracement in an uptrend. You see that? You're buying a retracement in an uptrend. That's the key to the 135 pattern. All I did for those folks was to show them the difference between the 78% retracement and the 61% retracement, and it fit in so nicely that they got they liked that quite a bit. Now let's take a quick look at Microsoft again, but let's look at it when it's making its top up here at the three-drive to a top pattern up around this level of 98 and change. That's where you have drive 1, drive 2, and drive 3. You'll notice that the distance between those drives is very symmetrical. Now the key to a three-drive pattern, in my opinion, either up or down, is it has to look very, very symmetrical. They don't have to be exactly perfect, but they've got to look just like three peaks, you know, bing, bing, or three troughs, bing, bing, bing. And that's it. I did post the Baidu. Let's post it up there for Mr. Bill. We do everything we can here to make everybody happy. We'll put this up here. and then we'll take a look at it. Tomorrow is a very important day. It happens to be Tommy John's birthday, from Terre Haute, Indiana. Played in the major leagues for 28 years, and we grew up together. And TJ is a nice guy. He ain't changed much since the time he was in Terre Haute, Indiana. So, well, I want to wish him a happy birthday. He's going to be 75 tomorrow. Hard to believe. Okay, let's take a look here at the Hang Seng Index, because this market was one of the markets that had a big rally last night. Oh dear, hold on a second. We've got a, there we go. Now I can get this up here and take a quick look at it. We had a really strong rally last night to take out that high that we made last week. Now the others, just like we have moved on higher, but whether they're going to continue it from that level. Let me continue on with some of these other stocks, because you're going to be really surprised. Look at this is one of the best stocks in the Dow, in my opinion. This stock has been in the family, and I'm talking about the people in our family that had money, and it wasn't our family, it was my aunts and uncles, but they had owned this stock forever. And you'll notice it's gone from 260 on January 29th all the way down to 189, and that's a pretty bearish move. That's a drop of well over 15%, folks. So well, it's more than that, it's 20%. So it's going to be a pretty big. They're in that stock at about $5 a share, Bill. So don't worry too much about them. And it's split a whole bunch of time. In fact, that is one of the stocks that when Tommy John signed for the Cleveland Indians back in 1960, his dad, Tom Sr., put all of his money. He put $55,000 into two stocks. He put it into Minnesota Mining, and what was the other one? Oh, shucks. I can't remember. It was a really good one. And anyway, Tom took the $5,000 and he bought a 1960 Bonneville white convertible with red leather interior. And that's what he spent his fun money on. And then, of course, he went on to do really a lot of fun things. Okay, let's move on to a couple other things that we're looking at here from the standpoint of some of these stocks. I want to show you some of the banking stocks here. Look at the chart for Goldman Sachs. Now, it's going to be hard to find anything bullish about this. I mean, we've had a major butterfly bottom down there at the 227 level. And then we had these equal rallies, and it was right at a 50% retracement of the previous high. I mean, unless it opens $10, $15 higher, which I don't think it's going to do that. This is a bearish chart, and we see the same thing, in that banking index itself. I mean, look at the bearishness in the banking index. Now, maybe it reverses everything, but I don't know if it's. I think it's going to take more than just a tariff negotiation to turn the market. But I'm surprised a lot. So let's pay attention to that as we look at that. Yes, the Tommy John surgery was done by Dr. Robert Curlin down in in South Los Angeles, there by the old Hollywood Park, and where the Lakers used to play. And he was the one that did that, and did a great job. In fact, his good friend Pete Rose used to say that they realized that he was going to be better when they put in this tendon into his arm, but they didn't think they was going to put the tendon in from Superman, because it made him a much better picture. I think the year after he had that surgery, he went. He pitched. He made 21-10 was his winning record for the Dodgers that year, and he won 278 games during his 28-year career. And of course, he played for the Yankees, the Dodgers, the White Sox, and then also and he signed with the Cleveland Indians. Okay. I don't know if Pete Rose bet on his recovery or not, but I still think that's one of the things that they should be able to do, is put Pete back into the Hall of Fame, or put him in the Hall of Fame, because he certainly belongs there. I mean, my goodness, considering some of the other stuff that goes on these days, who knows? Let's take a quick look at a couple other little things here. Bitcoin is very interesting here. As you can see, we'll bring this up to take a look at it, because we hit a really nice 61% retracement, almost spot on. in the last couple of days, and we've held that level. That's at around 79.90. We're still trading above the 8,000 level. So as long as we can stay above the level of 79.90, I think we'll be in pretty good information or pretty good business. Now the euro last night went a tad below that number that we were looking at, which was 117.40. We got down to 117.15, and then of course we reversed and we went back up a little bit. So it's going to be interesting. A lot of emotionalism here. It could be related to these cycles that Norm has been talking about, but this is going to be a very critical week no matter what, to see what's going on. Yes, Tim has got a new book out, and we're going to be talking about that when he is on the air here, hopefully, and we'll certainly get that going as we look. Oh my gosh, the first break is here. Second break is here. Holy cow! Hopefully have Tim back on the show here in just a minute here, and we'll move on to the next one. I wanted to cover one more stock, and that is the stock of where is it? I did Amazon. Where is it? Caterpillar. Yeah, Caterpillar is the one. No, I did Caterpillar. I did NVIDIA. I did them all. Okay, I'm good. All right, we'll take a break. 877-927-6648.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and we have our friend Tim Bost from Sarasota, Florida on the line. Tim, how are you?
I'm great, Larry. Good to be with you this morning.
You betcha. Hey, you got a new book out. We want to talk about that because I really respect your work. We've known each other for a long time, and you've done a great job and got a terrific record. But tell us about this book, and then maybe you can show us some of the ideas that you have, regarding astrology and stuff, because the folks here at TFNN have, we've had Bill Meridian, Norm Winsky on, Arch Crawford, Barry Rosen. We've had a whole bunch of them on, and, they've all had a really strong interest in it. So why don't you go ahead and talk about this book, and then we have a couple questions coming in. So start out about the book, and we'll go from there.
Okay, excellent. The new book is called Bitcoin Astrology, and the title, I think, makes it obvious as to the subject matter. And you mentioned Bill Meridian. Actually, he is one of 4 additional contributors to this volume. Bill contributed a chapter for this book, along with Gonzalo Moreira, who is a technical analysis from Barcelona, Spain, as well as Christine Skinner and Wendy Stacy, who are both from the UK. So we have an international crowd getting together for the production of this new book, which really tries to research some of the astro trading dynamics with the Bitcoin market. And so what we have put together is a combination of technical analysis and astrological forecasts, as well as specific trading cycles for Bitcoin. And along with that, look at some of the planetary dynamics. And we've gotten into a very interesting situation with the research on this book, because one of the big discussions has been if you're basing things astrologically and you're looking for a specific base chart to use with forecasting, this is one of the methodologies that many financial astrologers use. The question is, what's the right chart to use for Bitcoin? And so we ended up coming up with a catalog of about 50 different charts that reveal some of the specific turning points in the history of trading with Bitcoin and some of the other events that have been associated with big price moves. So those are all included in this book. It becomes a reference volume as well as a forecasting kind of document. So we're very, very pleased. The book has just been out a few days now. It's available on Amazon.com. We also have a link for the direct from the publisher. I don't know. Do you have any? Did the slides ever come through?
Yes. Let's start out with that Sun Zeus side. Why don't we do that one and start from there?
We had a slide there that showed the cover of the book that also has a link. With a coupon code. Yeah. Anybody who's watching, put in what you see, and that'll get you a 10% discount on the book. So make sure everybody can see that as well. Thanks.
Yeah, we posted that, and then also we've got the first chart up, which is Sun and Zeus is what we're looking at.
Right. Yeah, we've got Sun and Zeus at a 135-degree angle, and this is kind of an interesting a dynamic that we have coming up here. Later this week. It's actually occurring on the 24th. That will be Thursday at about 20 minutes past 2 in the afternoon, New York time, that particular day. The exact timing is less important here than the particular planetary configuration that we have. Of course, we're all familiar with the sun. Zeus is one of these minor objects. It's a Kuiper belt object. We refer to as a trans-Neptunian planet. Has a very, very slow orbit. But specifically, when we have these alignments of this sort between Sun and Zeus, it has a high potential for energizing market dynamics in general. And we think it's going to have a pretty strong impact potentially on Bitcoin as well. So what we've done is taken a chart As of, I think it was about 12 hours ago with the Bitcoin prices, of course, the price fluctuates so fast with Bitcoin that charts are instantly outdated, but we could take a look at that anyway if you got
Okay.
that slide. And what we're looking at here, of course, is a big decline from the major high set back on December 17th of last year, and Bitcoin's currently trading around the $8,500 mark with this. So based on this particular planetary alignment that we've seen here with the sun Zeus, what we have done is projected some planetary price lines on the chart. First of all, we've added the sun lines, and these give us a projection of the sun in the ninth harmonic here. If you'll notice, there's a heavier line on the lower right-hand corner of the chart, and the other lines are a little bit lighter. That heavier line, just in the lower right corner, is really representative of the first harmonic. This is the actual position of the sun, and then what we do is divide that down into 9 increments between those first harmonic lines to give us kind of a resonant field that's set up by the planetary factors. This is one of the key tools we use in our approach to the markets. Then when we have those sun lines, essentially what we're looking at is potential trading channels for Bitcoin. At various times it's adhered to them a little more closely than others. And then we can overlay on that the Zeus lines, which are more horizontal. Zeus moves a whole lot more slowly than the sun does. And so these lines are essentially horizontal ones on the trading chart. And these help us define levels of potential support and resistance, again, based on this particular configuration that we have coming up here this Thursday. We think this is going to have an impact. And when we add the ninth harmonic Zeus lines, we get a very, very interesting picture here, because at the top of the chart, we have the heavier purple horizontal line representing the position of Zeus, and that defined the trading top back in December. So we've become very, very interested in these price levels associated with the Zeus lines, simply because they give us an astrologically based an array of potential support and resistance for this particular market. And then we've added another chart here, I think, with some of those price points in. And these prices are rounded off. They're a little bit approximate rather than down to the exact dollar. But that top Zeus line was at 19,800. And Bitcoin didn't quite make it to 20,000 in December, just a little shy of that. Based on those increments in the ninth harmonic, these lines are about $4,000 apart, the horizontal lines here. So
we have Tim, we have a question. The software that you're using, I think it's the Fibonacci Galactic Trader that Jeannie Long and her family did.
That's exactly correct. Yeah, that's one of the tools we tend to favor here, because it makes it very, very easy to put these projections up and combine them with current market data. So it's a tool that we use really on a daily basis here.
Okay, that's very good. Now, we're going to have a break here. If you'll stay with us till after the break, I happen to know Jeannie, and I'm sure you knew Robert Krause too, I would imagine, because being in Florida. Yeah, why don't you stay with us for to the break, Tim, and we'll talk to you a little bit longer. Could you do that?
I'd be delighted to, Larry.
Okay, Tim Bost of Sarasota, Florida, folks. We'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour, brought to you by Nadex. Next on TFNN.
Okay, we're back, folks, and we're talking with Tim Bost of Sarasota, Florida, a very renowned astrologer. Tim, we have a couple questions from our listeners. One is, what is your overall view of two markets? One is gold, and then secondly, the stock market. Could you give us a rough idea of what you're looking at here?
Essentially, we remain long-term bullish on gold and continue to track that market. We have been long, let's see what my date is on that, since the 1st of September last year. So we've been in a consistent long position there, and we're looking at potential resistance. What we do is track the bullion itself, but also the GLD ETF with gold, and in terms of the GLD, we're looking at support at 114.75 there. So if we drop below that level, we'll be short at that point. But we're still, I think, about 122 and change right now. So we're well above that support level. So we're satisfied with a long position there. In terms of the stock market, we were anticipating a bit of bearishness last week when we had the entry of the planet Uranus into the sign of Taurus midweek. We had forecast that as a potential trigger point for a price pullback. We are looking for more downside action in the equities market as we move through the summer months.
Oh, that makes pretty good sense. And what's your view on the bond market? Do you have any feeling on that?
No, we don't track the bonds that closely, Larry. So we'll take a pass on that one.
Okay, that's not a problem. Any particular stock that you like, Tim, that really besides Bitcoin that really looks interesting to you?
Right now, we are looking at several potential trades for this week. One of the ones that is looking quite interesting to us is AMN Healthcare Services on the New York Stock Exchange. The trading symbol there is AMN, and we're looking at setting up a long position in that, entering the trade tomorrow, in fact.
Okay, and one final question, and then we'll let you go, is what's your feeling overall in the political environment regarding Donald Trump's chart? Do you follow that at all and what's going on? And, you know, because every day the news is a little bit different. Do you look at it astrologically at all?
Well, you know, we've examined that in the past, and we were very concerned about the solar eclipse in the summer of last year in August because of its impact on his natal chart. And certainly he remains under a lot of pressure. He has a great reputation for being unpredictable himself, so we don't try to predict his behavior that much. But I think it's very, very important to keep this in perspective. What we're looking at are a combination of fundamental factors, which include the geopolitical factors and Donald Trump's individual actions and his personal horoscope. And we also look at technical analysis in terms of what's going on with the markets themselves, and then combine that with planetary cycles. So we consider Trump just one of those small factors at work. He has a remarkable way of sending out tweets and driving the market on that basis alone, but we prefer to take a little bit broader perspective on things.
That makes good. Now, what about the Korean situation with this summit that's coming up? Any feeling on that?
Well, actually, it looks like China is the one calling the shots here entirely on that situation. I think the news media in general have been a little bit negligent and failing to observe what's going on behind the scenes with that. But I think that's very much what we need to keep an eye on here. Not looking for a significant geopolitical breakthrough. But the thing that dawns on me is that we're looking like the perfect orchestration for a reality TV show. Is it on? Is it off? Who's going to walk out? Will Trump be ditched at the altar, kind of thing? So,
whether he's fired or not, yeah. There's a lot of truth to that. Tim, listen, we want to thank you for being on the air. And can you tell us how could the folks reach you if they wanted to reach you by email or by phone? Do you give us some contact information?
Surely. Email address is Tim at timbost.com, timbost.com. Send me an email. Be glad to set up time to chat with you. I'll give my cell number as well, because that's a good way to leave a message for me. That's area 941-544-5475. And that's the one that I carry around in my pocket, so you've got as good a chance of connecting with me that way as any.
And that's good. I remember, I don't know if you remember this, Tim, about 5 years ago, you did my horoscope for me when we were having dinner. I gave you the information, you did my chart, and you did my wife's chart. You were spot on. I mean, we were really impressed with, in fact, we hit the lottery 4 times. No, I'm just joking, but you did a really good job overall. Yeah, isn't that the truth? But you really did nail it pretty much spot on. So you really know your stuff. And we want to thank you for being on. We'll have you on again here. And good luck with the book, my friend. It looks like a real interesting piece of work.
A copy's on the way to you of the book, so take a look at it and give me a holler when you have a chance to read it, okay?
You betcha. Thanks a lot. Tim Bost.
Thank you, Larry. Have a great day.
Thank you, Tim. You betcha. Okay, he's a really smart fellow, folks. He's does a lot of great work. Okay, we're going to look at the markets here. Wow, we got the Dow up, 260 points. The NASDAQ is screaming. The S&P is screaming. And the shorts are screaming. Everybody's screaming except the longs. The longs are very, very happy campers, and that's what we like to have here. Everybody being happy. All right, let's take a quick look at one other stock, and then we'll move on to a couple other things I wanted to talk about. And that is the stock of, where did I put it? Oh, shut the front door and raise the rent. Oh, boy. These senior moments are coming more and more frequent, folks. I've got to be a little bit, here it is. That's not the one I want. Here's what I want to show you. So it was the gold. I want to show you what's possibility here of gold, folks. Let me this is a possibility, because if we don't hold this 12 80 level very well, then we have got a chance to make it down here to the 1265 level. You notice that would be a 78% level of the low that we made back in November. So we still got that possibly looking at it. I don't know whether that's going to happen or not because of the fact that the platinum has reached really, really critical levels and hit that 3 drive to a bottom pattern, really spot on. And we use that as a fulcrum to see if it's going to, move the rest of the markets. But that's what it looks like right now. So I don't know if that's going to mean very much over a long period of time. But these cycles in platinum, take a look at them, folks, especially if you get the newsletter 24/7. These are perfectly harmonic cycles going back from December of 16, 17, and 18. And you'll notice that each one of these moves are exactly the same. This last one ended with a beautiful 3 drive to a bottom pattern. It also ended on the daily chart of 109 trading days. It was spot on 109 days, 218 days. So this is very important in platinum. Below 875 does not look good. 877-927-6648.
One of the keys to success in anything is the ability to make new distinctions. So what new distinctions are you making to achieve even more success in your life? When it comes to trading and investing, I wanted to become the best of the best, which is why I went on to make new distinctions. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest have been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as the #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 in gold. On Wednesday, May 23rd at 5 p.m., I'm going to share with subscribers one of my newest distinctions, which is how to follow the money and do so in multiple currencies. You see, money has to flow somewhere, and with the world getting smaller and smaller each day, you and I can identify exactly where most of the money in the world is flowing. Sign up for Mastering Probability by coming to the homepage of TFNN.com to begin your 30-day money-back guarantee trial membership and learn the exact tools that I use to time the markets. And if you can't attend live, don't worry, because the workshop will be archived on your members page for the next 30 days. Sign up today.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, folks, I wanted to bring one other stock chart, well, a index chart up, and that is the Dow Jones Transportations, because it's I don't know what the transportations are doing this morning, but they're probably going nuts like everything else. But if you'll notice here, the Dow Jones Transportation since February has hit the 61% retracement 4 times. We hit it in February, we hit it in March, we hit it in April, we hit it in May. If we close above that 10,900 level, that would be the transportation up about 150. That would probably be a breakout and would not be very, very bearish. I don't know what the transportations are doing this morning, but I imagine they're going gaga like the rest of them. So we'll see, what that happens. Could someone tell me what the transports are doing this morning? Because I don't have that information at my fingertips because I never trade it, but I do watch it as far as an index. But if it gets up, it closes above 108.32. How much is that up? Can you tell me? That's not up very much, is it? Shut the front door. I don't even know. I mean, I don't. It's up 140. Yeah, it's got to get up about 130. So that's the main thing, because the old Fibonacci level on that thing comes in at 108. It's touching it again. That's exactly the number, 108.33. We got to close above there, because this is going to be this is the 4th time that it hit it. So we'll pay close attention to that as we look at this. Now we hope to have our good friend Bill Meridian on later this week. He's traveling, so we're going to try to track him down if we can. And later on, we're going to try to have Rich Anderson on, because these things with the tariff have made the grains go crazy. I know some of you folks have been following wheat. We've moved 40 cents off the full moon bottom. Excuse me, the new moon bottom that we had last week at the 528 level. We went way above 60, so it's acting good, and the beans are going gaga too. So those are really moving nicely. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. Thank you.
The TFNN Memorial Day Tiger Dollar Special has just been announced. For 1 week only, we're doubling the bonuses that we normally give out with any Tiger Dollar purchase. Normally, when you purchase Tiger Dollars, you can receive a 10, 15, or 20% bonus with your purchase, but through Memorial Day only, we've doubled the bonuses to 20, 30, and even 40%. This is one of the best Tiger Dollar sales that we offer, and they only come around a couple times a year, so don't let it pass you by. Tiger Dollars can be used for any TFNN newsletter or service, and they never expire. So whether you're already a subscriber and want to add savings to your monthly or yearly subscription, or you're thinking about signing up for anything in the future, now is a great time to get your Tiger Dollars. For all the details on the Memorial Day Tiger Dollar Special, visit the front page of TFNN.com before this deal ends May 28th.